Hello and welcome to GrossiMath.com, where math is for everyone. Today we'll be solving question 12 from the 2017 Algebra 1 STAAR using the TI Inspire calculator. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is read the question. It says a woman earns $324 per week for working 35 hours plus $13.80 per hour worked over 35 hours. A woman can work a maximum of 60 hours per week. Which graph best represents the woman's weekly earnings in dollars for working X hours over 35? Okay, the first thing is, that's a mouthful. Okay, so there are numbers and keywords flying at us everywhere. And therefore, don't get overwhelmed. Go back in and just read the question. That is the secret to solving word problems that have too much going on. Which graph best represents? So right away in the beginning, we know we're trying to choose a graph. Which graph best represents the woman's weekly earnings? Okay, so we want one that shows her earnings in dollars for working. Okay, so we want dollars, and we want working X hours over 35. Okay, so hours over 35. Okay, so that's the secret to this problem, that the hours have to be over 35. So take a look at what I'm talking about here. It says here she earns $324 per week for working 35 hours. Okay, so if she works 35 hours, she earns $324. Right, so here I'll put my hours, and here I'll put my dollars. Okay, now look, this says X hours, so X must be hours, which means that Y must be dollars. And I can see that even here in my answer choices. X is the number of hours, Y is the amount earned. Okay, so let's separate them. Then it says that she gets an extra $13.88 for every hour she works over 35 hours. Okay, so let's say she works 36 hours. She's going to get the $324. So let's go to the calculator so I can show you what that looks like. So in the calculator, we can see that she's going to get the $324 that she originally got plus $13.88. So here she gets 337.88. And if she works 37 hours, she's going to get that amount, the 337.88, plus $13.88. Okay, so that's 351.76. Okay, so in this problem, what I can see is that each time she works an extra hour, she's going up on her earnings. However, excuse me. However, she is working X number of hours over 35, over 35, over 35. So that's very important. Well, these hours then are not really how we want them to be. How many over 35 did she work right here, for example? Well, this was 1 hour over 35, right? And this was 2 hours over 35. And of course, how many hours over 35 is 35 itself? Well, that would be 0, because it's not over 35 at all. It's just exactly 35. So so this graph right here is showing me that at 0, when she has worked 0 hours, so when the X value is 0, here, or here, or here, or here, what should she earn? She should earn $324. Well, look, right away I can eliminate answers now, because look, this one has just over 300 and this one has just over 300, but this one, she's starting on $0. Well, that's not correct. If she works only the 35 hours, she should earn that $324. So this one has to be out, because here it should have been up here that the graph started, not down here. Okay, What else? Oh, look, it starts down here again, but it should have started up here. Okay. All right. So now we've eliminated two choices, and we're going to go for the next one. Okay, so here I can see that, let's look in our problem one more time and see if we can get some information to eliminate these guys. It says a woman can work a maximum of 60 hours per week. I don't think that means a woman can work a maximum. It means that the woman in our problem can work a maximum of 60 hours per week. That's probably a rule at her job or something, not because she's a woman, just because that's probably the rule for everyone at her job. Okay. And let's see. So this tells me that it's a maximum of 60 hours for the whole week. But now we got to remember again, how many hours over 35 is that? How many hours over 35 is that? Well, let's see. 60. How far over 35 is that? Well, we do the subtraction. And we realize that the maximum she can work, so she can work a bunch of hours until she hits 25 hours of overtime, of over 35 hours. So what would be, now this shows that clearly on this graph. Look, right here, this is the number right here where the graph ends is between 20 and 30, and it's probably about 25 hours. And this is the number where the graph ends. You can see right there, the graph ends there. And it's between 20 and 30, so it's probably about 25 hours. Well, that did not help us yet, but look, these numbers are different right here. We can compare this guy, and we can compare this guy. Okay, so here I have something between 600 and 700, and here I have something between 500 and 600. So I'm just matching up to the point where the graph ends, by the way, just to make sure we all understand exactly what's happening here. So when she earns 25 hours of overtime, what should be her final amount? Well, okay, we know, and we'll put that right into the calculator. We know, so let's start new here. And, oh no, we don't need that. Okay. So we're going to have $324 to start off with. And then, well, let's do it this way. She's going to earn, for 25 hours, she's going to earn $13.88. Because that's how much she's getting for each hour she works overtime. So that's $347. That's the amount that she earned for overtime, plus she's going to earn the original $324 that she got from the 0 hours. So we press enter, and that makes a total of $671. Okay, so once again, all I did was figure out, well, how many times would I have added? How many times would I have added? So like this one I added 1, this one I added 2, this one I added 3. How much would it have been when I added 25? Well, it would have been $347 extra dollars. These are all the extra dollars down here. And then the original amount she made was $324, so that's why I added that $324 back in at the end. And now I've got $671. Well, $671 is between $600 and $700. It is not between $500 and $600. So this graph, and let me make that very clear because I know these are a little small. Sorry guys, I tried to fit them all in there. This graph and this graph are different because right here it shows 700 and 600. Okay, so these are the dollars right here, and this one's showing 600 and 700, and this one's showing 500 and 600. Well, 671 should be about there. This one is obviously out because 671 should be up here above it. Okay, so that means that choice A is going to be, well, choice B is definitely out, and choice A is definitely our correct answer. There we go. All right. So I hope you enjoyed doing this problem with me. We didn't really need the TI Inspire too heavy on this problem. This was just a thinking problem. So I don't think I'm going to make an extra video for the by hand strategy. This one was a blended problem. It had calculator and reading and thinking skills involved here. So this is the kind of problem that makes the difference between somebody who's going to score level 2 and possibly level 3 mastery. Okay. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course to click the bell icon and to visit the website where math is for everyone. www.grossimath.com. Have a great day, guys.